Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to KBA. Welcome to the place where the past of printing meets the future. KBA is the company that for 200 years has always been at the forefront of technology and innovation. And this is the company that actually invented the printing press as you know it. There was a guy called Friedrich Koenig in 1810 who invented the printing press. Koenig, the K, that's what the K stands for in KBA, ladies and gentlemen. 200 years, as I said, that's the past, that's experience, and it's also been 200 years where KBA was always the one to change your markets, your companies for the better. And we want to show you how KBA can change your production in the next couple of years for the better. We've got 4 interesting products here on the stand. That's the MetalStar 3 that has a couple of new features. We want to walk you through this. You will see in production the all-new DecoJet digital printing right here. You'll see the newest member to the coating family just around the corner here. And finally, we'll show you a job change on the also all-new KBA CS MetalCan right here. This is this one. But first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the CEO of KBA Metal Print. Here is Ralf Gumbel.
Thank you, Sasha. Great to be here with you on stage again. Thanks.
Yeah, on our little can, basically.
Yes, of course. It's a little can. I think it's a big can, a huge can.
A 2-piece can made out of 3 pieces. I guess we're the only one who have something like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start with the MetalStar 3. 3 years ago, we were standing here at the exact spot.
Yes.
And you were saying that when you unveiled the machine, that this will be a revolution, that this will change the market. Did the market really like it?
Yes, absolutely. They love the machine. Well, we have sold more than 35 lines of the MetalStar, nearly 200 printing units in the last 3 years. The people, the customer, love that machine.
35 line indeed is quite a lot in 3 years. What kinds of configurations did you sell?
Any configuration. The main configuration is the 6 color, but there are around about 10 to 11% are 8 colors, and we have 2 color, 3 color, 4 color, everything what you can imagine we have sold at the MetalStar.
You even have some very long lines with 10 units and more.
Indeed. So we have down under in Australia, we have the longest MetalStar line. That's a 10-unit line. It's the longest we ever sold. Still in production, working, excellent.
Size does matter.
Yeah, size matters, I'm sure.
Can you top it? Have you something even longer?
Yes.
You planned something somewhere in Europe?
Yes, indeed. So it's a small country, but it has the longest metal decorating line in the world. So it's just standing in Denmark, and there's in front of a tandem coating line. That means 2 coater, 2 ovens. We will put a 6-color MetalStar with 140 meters, the longest line in the world.
140 meters, Jesus.
Yes.
You give him a free bicycle for it to operate?
Absolutely. Skateboards, bicycle, whatever you need. But at the end, this will work. It's excellent.
I said there's some new features. Perhaps you can walk us through. What's like the highlight here?
Well, the highlight here, you see on the tower, we have a SIS. This is a sensoric in-feed system. In the past, you had a pull lay, a side lay to pull the sheet, and you have to do the front register, the side register, and you have it in one time frame. Now we have a 2 process. You have to do the front register, and with a sensor, you are detecting the edge of the tin plate, and then the sheet goes into the in-feed section, and the whole transfer drum is moving. This has one big advantage, because always the movement is rectangular. There's great, because it's really precise, and the best thing, no pulling errors.
A very stable production. Any one of you printing on paper? I'm asking because KBA introduced this into the gentleman. KBA introduced this a couple of years back into the paper printing market, and there it was, I think it's not overdone to say it really was a revolution. It changed very much the market there, and everyone else followed suit. I think that's the greatest compliment you can get, when all your competitors copy the same thing and do it then too.
Indeed,
yeah.
indeed.
So this is the SIS, the sensoric in-feed system, but that's not the only new thing.
No, it's not, of course. We have much more in the package for the Metpack. So we also, we developed a new system for a rapid blanket change. That's a RBC, a rapid blanket change. Today, the most of the customer, they have one problem. You have a fast machine, fast setup, very, very fast make ready. But at the end, if you have to change the blanket, you need a long time. So this is different now because we have developed the fast blanket change, and we can change in 2 minutes the blanket.
2 minutes compared to what was it before?
Round about 8 minutes. So you have a safeness of round about 6 minutes. 6 times 6 minutes is 36 minutes saving every day. And I think that is massive. And,
indeed.
sorry to interrupt you, but at the end, you also can save. You can trim the blanket. You can trim the blanket to the tin plate size. Then you avoid picture framing, and you save washing time as well.
Is it true that you had the idea for this while drinking beer with the customer?
Yes, that's true. So it took 2-3 beers, but then we had the idea, and I promised the customer, the next machine you will get, this one will be in.
So when you buy a machine with him, drink a couple of beers, and then after that you tell him what else you want. Now, this is the Metal Star, but Metal Star is something that's already on the market. Now we get to something that is totally, absolutely new, and that's the DecoJet. Metal DecoJet, that's digital printing. And ladies and gentlemen, this machine was unveiled here on the trade fair on Tuesday. First time ever shown to the public. And on Tuesday evening they had sold it.
Yes,
I like that part.
Was on the first day we sold it. There's a high interest, a great feedback to that technology, because it's different in digital what you normally know. There are plenty of suppliers in the digital world. They can print beautiful pictures on tin plate, but not only one solution, one working solution that fulfills the demands of the metal decorating or for the can maker.
Well, while we are bringing the machine up to production speed, takes about 2 minutes to heat it up, then we can produce. You said the demand of the market. What is the demand of the market?
The first thing, you need food safety. This is the only available solution for metal decoration that fulfills the Nestle guidance. 50 to 70% of all production in metal decoration is going into the food industry. And of course you need food safety. If you have on the other solutions, you have a very thick ink film layer that is up to 10 microns thick. When you try that with UV and you bend it and you form the can, it can crack the surface and you find particles in the can.
Yeah, you talk about the typical problem with digital printing on metal right now, which have these rough surfaces and stuff. But yes, they are using UV. That means you don't use UV. What are you doing?
Yeah, we use a water-based ink. So this water-based ink, the ink film layer is very thin, around about 1 micron, similar to offset. You feel it that it's flat. It is not rough like UV. It is not rough like the digital UV you find from other suppliers. This is flat, looking like offset. You can sell it like offset, and it is proven that it fulfills all the needs you need later on in the can making lines.
I got to say, there were a couple of people over the week were here. They were looking at these sheets, and a lot of them said it really looks like offset indeed. You should look at them yourself after the show. Go over there. Everything that's laying there has been printed on that machine during this trade fair. And right now we are printing the first copy. We're actually doing 2 different jobs, and we're doing the shortest possible run, which is 1, obviously. With a digital machine, you can print just 1 sheet. And that's what he's doing, and you're going to see the result, obviously, for yourself. Now, speaking about the quality, I think you printed that on the DecoJet as well.
This is printed on that DecoJet in digital. And to be honest, I like it. It's great. It's only one mistake on that. It's alcohol-free beer. So, but I think that will be okay at the end.
I talked to the English guy just like 10 minutes ago, and he said there's a second mistake. It's too big. He can't get it into his cabin baggage.
Yes. You have to drink it first, so it's okay.
All right, but you can see, indeed, you can see here, it is a very smooth surface, and perhaps I can pass it around. Want to take a look? Yeah, it's heavy. Watch out.
Angelo, you can open it if you like, though. So.
What I find interesting that you're actually planning a machine to print on the can that's already there. I mean, on the bent surface.
Yes. So when you bend the surface, so here it's working. So in the can making line, when you have a rough surface, this is not running through the can making line. When here you bend it, nothing's peeling off. You can bend it a couple of times and it's working. We stretched it massive. We did all the tests and it's working.
Yeah, and you plan another machine that's actually printing directly on the bent surface.
Yes, of course. We have two versions. We have the MetalCan jet, what you see here, and we also have the MetalCan jet that can print on the full can, a filled can as well, with digital. And every can could be independent with a different layout.
Which I think makes possible a lot of different business options. I mean, if you have very short runs, 1 sheet, 2 sheets, 10 sheets, or if you can print directly on a can, you can do crazy things that no one thought about so far.
Sasha, great, exactly. There are plenty of different web shop models, what you can do. You can make aerosol cans for different hair studios. You can do beer cans, kegs, with different for 50 years anniversaries, birthdays, stuff like that one. So I think that is now it's the right time for investing in that industry, in that technology.
The customer that bought this one in Spain already has a large metal star line, so I would imagine he's going to use that rather to take like short runs out of the large lines and print them over there?
Indeed, he want to increase the capacity of his metal star line. So he took away all the short runs from the metal star and is doing that on the metal deco jet. And then you have a much more higher capacity free available on the metal star.
So I guess you could say that now digital really is the next big thing in the market, like it was for the paper printing market in the 1990s.
Yes, you can say it's a big thing, and it will be, let me say, it will be a cooperation. You need both technology. You need that one for short runs, for individual prints, for short layout and label changes, and this one you need for the capacity, for the long runs.
Well, our next big thing is the new coater. If you know KBA, you know that there's already 2 coaters for KBA metal print. It's the 470 and the 480. Which begs the question, why do you need a third one?
Yes, because we love coating machines. No, I'm joking. At the end, it's quite simple. We have, in the past, the coatings are changing. You have more and more BPA-free varnishes, and they are more and more complex in the formulation. And when you see it, and you'll see it running on a 2-roller system, that is not working as good as on a 3-roller system. And we had a high productive, a high automatic machine, the 480, but with a 2-roller system, and we had a reliable solution, the 470, but not with the automation of the 480. And then we said, okay, now our customer need the both of them. They need the automation of the 480 and the 3-roller system of the 470. And that is exactly what we did.
Yeah, but do you really get the best of both worlds? I mean, usually when you combine 2 things, it's usually a compromise, so something has to give. Do you really get all the automation of the 480?
And a little bit more, because we took the technology from the 480, we took the concept of the 470, brought both together and create the 483. And we did a little bit better, a new exhaust system to take away the solvent-loaded air, and that is created a little bit better, a little bit more efficient.
So it's also better for the environment?
Yes, of course it is.
Which makes sense, because I don't know, for you guys where you live, in Germany they have like a new regulation protecting the environment every 1, 2, 3 years, so you have to be prepared. Yes. I remember 3 years ago there was actually an award for the environment system, which was for the high econ system.
Yes, last year we won the award for last time we won the award for the high econ, and this year we won the award for a new baby.
Yes, and let's talk about it. It's the CS MetalCan, the newest member to the family, which is printing on 2-piece beverage cans, a market where you have a lot of experience, but so far you haven't had any printing units.
We had a lot of experience because we are a 200-year-old company building printing machines. We are the first real printing machine supplier now in the 2-piece industry. All other came from from die cutting, from something else. But we are the first real printing machine supplier, and we created a new machine, a real printing machine for printing two-piece beverage cans.
Yeah, and perhaps we want to stretch that a little and tell you something. When you know KBA, you know what they're printing. You know, for example, that if you have a credit card in your pocket, that's most likely been printed by KBA machines. If you have, say, a banknote in your pocket, it's been most likely been printed on a KBA machine, no matter where you are in the world. If you have a newspaper in your pocket, chances are like 50–60% it's been printed on a KBA machine. And the question is, how does that experience get into the two-piece market? And there's one thing that we have to talk about, and that's a keyless inking unit.
Yes, exactly. We have a keyless inking unit, not one, we have 10 of them. And this technology we have in newspaper presses, we have it in banknote printing presses, in small sheet fed printing presses, in credit card printing presses. We have built more than 1,000 printing units with this technology. And the great thing, there's always the right volume of ink available, and it's really robust, solid, and reliable.
And very compact. I mean, the
Yes.
the fact that it is so small is due to the keyless inking units.
Yeah.
So you have no ink zones anymore. It
Yes.
also makes the handling easier, I guess.
Imagine you have 10 to 20 ink zones with 8 or 10 units, so you have to adjust 180, 200 ink zones like that one. Everything is fast, but not that.
Yeah. But 10 inking units, no one else has, do they?
No one.
No, it's
Only we have 10 units, because then you save time for label change. You can let in one color, or you make the can more colorful.
Yeah, you could actually do some flying job change. I would think that if you have like 5 inking units printing a job, you could prepare the other 5 at the same time.
Something like that one you
Yeah,
can do.
yeah.
You can change the printing plates. So this one is a changeover wonder machine, to be honestly. So it's changing dramatically. It's reducing dramatically the changeover time. We can change the printing plates in 30 seconds. So I want to please take a look to our operator. And I always love that to say that. He's a great guy, but at the end, look, is he looking stressed? No, I don't think so. He's now doing a job change. And if you look to your two-piece decorator in your plant, you have 4 people with 8 hands in the machine. We have 1 operator sitting there.
Well, you can see here right now, it's been the old plate's been automatically pulled out, the new plate's been automatically pulled in and mounted, and that's it. Can you do that on all 10 units at the same time?
Yes. Doesn't matter if you change on 1 unit or if you change all 10. 30 seconds.
Amazing. And you also change the blankets at the same time?
Yes, we change the blankets at the same time. So it's 3 to 4 minutes for the blanket change, and both processes could be parallel. That means after 3 to 4 minutes, you restart the press.
And you could also at the same time change the ink trays.
Yes.
Something that I found quite amazing. Perhaps if we get up with the camera once and you can change. No, stay where you are and look at him. You know, because the ink tray is something amazing. I don't know how long it takes with your machines to change an ink tray. There we go. Old ink is out. He puts it aside, takes a new ink tray with a new ink, puts it in, and done.
Done. It's so simple to operate. You can explain that in minutes to the people, and you can do that.
Yeah.
There's no other machine so easy to operate. And the best thing, the registering, all that you can do from the console. You can push easy buttons like on your smartphone, and you can say, change the blanket in this unit, change the plate cylinder in that unit, and you can do that. This is an easy operating system.
And while he was doing that, all the time, the blankets are being changed right down there. You can see this little box where the new blankets are in. And you can see, perhaps, if you show you the live camera again, then you will see, here we go, how the new blankets are being mounted. You said the whole process takes about 4 minutes. How long would it take on a conventional machine that's in the market right now?
It depends from the number of operators you have. But if you do it with 1 or 2 operators, then you're up to 20 minutes. If you do that with 4 operators, then it's maybe 15 minutes. But at the end, we save roughly 10 minutes. and 10 minutes. Yesterday I had a customer. He has 10 job changes a day. 10. You save 10 minutes per job change. That is 100 minutes a day. 100 minutes a day. Let us do a short calculation. I did it before, so I don't have to calculate, to be honestly. But at the end, it's 600 hours a year. There are 25 days. So Christmas starts not in December. Christmas will start in November now.
I know that the unions will love you for that.
Yes, they will love that. Exactly. But at the end, it's the line capacity. You have your own line. Put that print section to that one, and you increase dramatically the capacity without investing a lot of money.
That's interesting. Now, the last plate is being pulled in as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, and we are ready with the job change. And we are ready with that, we are done, we are finished with that presentation. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to buy one of those, whether it's this one or that one or that one, feel free to go to our CEO. Please give a warm thank you to Ralf Gumbel.
Thank you for
and
coming
thank you
here.
all for listening.
Great.